We are here, and if you haven't noticed, we are doing the Beauty Pro podcast on camera. So if you are listening to this episode on Spotify or Apple Podcast, awesome. Good for you. The podcast is continuing, but I just wanted to add another layer to the Beauty Pro podcast, to the Beauty Pro coach brand, and really embrace all of the tools that we have available as far as the digital world is concerned. But also, I was kind of pushed into this by one of our guests on the show that he's going to be coming on, I think in 2 weeks or so. But he told me, you need to make more videos. And I was like, okay, I'm so sorry. So that's what we're doing now. But for today, it was just in perfect timing. It's the perfect episode to have. It is all about branding. Okay. And now having the Beauty Pro podcast, hopefully with more video and not all just audio here on the YouTube channel. That's part of branding, and that is part of what we're doing today. So I hope you enjoy, and let's get to it. So I personally love a fabulous rebrand. I mean, hello, have you seen the YouTube channel? Have you seen the new banner? Like, I did it. It's so fab. And the thumbnails and just it got a cute little facelift. And it got me thinking about other phases in my life, not just here on the podcast, but me as Krystine Sherwood, right? And I feel I have rebranded myself every year, probably for the past 5-ish years. And it's a lot of fun. But now, I mean, I probably rebranded myself, but I probably tweaked myself over time because you can only rebrand on a budget so many times. So, in this episode, I'm sharing with you several different versions of me throughout the years, how I got into the Beauty Pro phase, right, with the Beauty Pro brand, and how and when you should rebrand yourself as a human, your salon, spa, and or barbershop, what to look for when it's time to do it versus not. Okay, so let's get to it. Ah. Also, make sure you save this episode, download it, save it, bookmark it, because you're going to want to come back to it because we're going to talk about a lot of things. So, for example, for myself, I have been in many different eras. Okay. Not to be like a little Taylor Swift clone, but I have been in different eras. I have been a school tutor. I have been a salon assistant, a front desk girl, administrative assistant to the College of Education at the University of North Florida. I have been a zookeeper, which was my childhood dream. Like, talk about getting that done. Okay. I got to shovel poop and feed, and like, yeah, and feed raw meat to the animals. And it was the best job ever at the time. I have been a PR girl, a PR junior intern at a public relations firm. I have been a correspondence writer to a Florida state senator. I know that one's like a total, like, comes out of left field. I am a salon owner currently. I am an internationally certified coach by the International Coaching Federation. I am a Bible study host. So if you are a person of faith, um, I encourage you to read the Bible, but I also host ladies' Bible studies virtually online. and in person. I am a podcast host. Hello, the Beauty Pro podcast is the podcast for you. I'm a Sunday school teacher for the little ones, right? I am a keynote and retreat speaker. I got to speak at my first retreat this year, which I'm so honored and privileged about. I am an educator. I travel all over the country for the last couple of years, teaching at different hair, skin, and barber shows. This year, the tour dates are live already, so make sure you go check it out on my social media pages. Get your tickets. Message me on what you're hoping to learn from because we do have some other virtual courses this year too. And now, currently, this year, I am adding another era to the Beauty Pro Coach brand, which is web designer. And we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the episode. If you've been following me on any of my socials, you'll know more about that. But in case you're just discovering me now, hey girl, hey boy, let me help you with your website. Okay? Okay. Okay, fine. So now, how and when did I get into this beauty phase? If you've been following me for a while, if you have been watching and listening to the Beauty Pro podcast, you'll know in episode one my full origin story. But I have always been in the beauty industry. Okay. It was kind of forced upon me, and I was resisting it for a long time. And then when I fully embraced it, which was about, I don't know, 7 years ago now, 7, 8 years ago now, that's when all these opportunities came to me. Okay. And I have had to rebrand myself from a unhappy, dissatisfied, sick of being fearful and afraid, scared, second guessing myself. I've had to rebrand myself from that into better done than perfect. Throw yourself at it kind of babe. Think, just do it now and think about it later. You know, if you're listening or you're watching to this episode and you are in the beauty industry, you can totally relate. If you're a creative of any kind, you can absolutely relate to this, right? Any women in business, hey, you understand this better than most because we are multitasking all the time. And so we just got to throw it out there, hope it sticks, and keep moving, right? So I had to rebrand myself. Okay. And the way I've done a lot of things, and even the creation of the Beauty Pro podcast, is I just throw myself out there and do the damn thing. And we'll figure out the rest later. And so, another example is for the last 1 to 2-ish years, I have done several websites for myself, for my business as a salon owner, for friends and family, for churches. Like I have done this. And for whatever reason, I didn't charge. I didn't even announce it because I had imposter syndrome. Okay. I didn't per se go to school specifically for web design, but I did go to school for strategic marketing. And I've done websites and they are thebomb.com, if I do say so myself. And not throwing myself out there, not throwing yourself out there is costing you so much more than just money. You are losing opportunities for growth for yourself as a human being. You are losing out on entrepreneurship spirit, right? That entrepreneurial, that word, neurial, right? You're losing out on the confidence you need to represent yourself and your brand. I mean, the list goes on and on about everything that you lose besides money. Okay. We're in this day and age, we are all, I don't want to say desperate for money, but we're definitely on the scale of needing the moolah. Okay. Bills are high, milk and eggs are high. I get it. So, with all of that, you got to just move past that and get it done. And so, for me, that's what I've been doing. And that's why, as you'll hear about this episode more, is that I'm offering web design to not only beauty and barber pros, but to any solopreneur, any suite owner, any creative, anybody in the small business space, because your website is your digital address. That is your hub. That is your little corner of the interwebs where people can go to you specifically, where they can meet you without meeting you. They can get a taste of your authenticity. They can get a feel, a vibe of how you work, who you are, and if they're going to resonate, right? And so the next thing is how do I rebrand? Okay, you're probably listening and you're like, okay, Krystine, just tell me how to do it. I don't have the money, I don't have the time. Just tell me how to do it so I can do it. Okay, I'm going to tell you. Here's the deal. I love branding. I love business. I love packaging new projects and ideas into a presentation, okay? And clients love that too. When you have a new service or a new product or merchandise, okay, you got to be able to present it to your clients in a way that they are never going to forget, right? It's that saying of people will always remember how you made them feel, right? It's that, but on steroids, because now you are dealing with your actual business entity, not just yourself. And if you believe in your company, your brand, just as much as you're telling your clients to believe in your business and brand, then you got to show it. And having merch is the best way to do that. You may go by Twirls and Curls by Tia, but the way you make people feel is what they're going to remember you for. Okay. Your skills, your emotional connection to the people, that's your brand. Not the colors, not the fonts, not your logo, not your website. Those colors, fonts, logos, websites, all of that is to differentiate your brand from the next one who's just as similar. Okay? The other really big thing is too is that authenticity is the newest and latest buzzword out in the world today. But we're going to kind of downsize that and I'm going to tell you to be you. You are the person. You are the one that people are going to be connecting with. As a beauty and or barber professional, you cannot be replaced by AI. No matter how hard they try, you have a heart, you have a soul, you have the skill set and the people skills, hopefully, to connect with others. AI is a computer, it's a heartless metal machine who cannot. Okay. When do you rebrand? When do you do that? Well, you got to think of it like an update. Our laptops get updated almost every month. Our phones get updated maybe every 3 months. Like there's a cycle. For businesses, salon, spas, barbershops, depending on your budget, I would say 3 to 5, 7 years is a good time to rebrand and update. Okay. As a human being, it's kind of the same. All right. Because we should all be taking classes, not only for our skill set in and out of the salon and spa and barbershop, but also our people skills. Okay. How do we communicate with others? Are we communicating properly with our staff? Are we leading our staff? Are we leading our families, our clients into the best version of themselves? Do we have new point of views on life? Right? I used to think that um I knew this one girl and every time I saw her, she had a new business. And it got to the point that it was like that I felt that she was just like a scam, right? She was just like a one. She's like, oh yeah, no, I am a nail tech. I was like, awesome, girl, let's go. Next time I saw her, she was a singer. And I'm like, oh my God, no way, go for it. Are you still doing nails? Yeah, I'm still doing nails. Okay, so she was doing nails and singing. The next time I saw her, she was a top seller of one of those pyramid schemes. I don't know if it was for cookware or nails. It might have been for nails. What was it for Color Street? That's what it was. It was Color Street. And she was like all in it, hosting all these things. Okay. The next time I saw her, she was a stay-at-home mom. And the next time I saw her after that, she decided to go back to she was doing some other kind of business. I don't know, window cleaning or something. Like it was weird stuff. Okay. That's cool because you have all these different skill sets. Awesome. And you're going to, as a human being, that's going to teach you a lot of things and you're going to have different points of view on life. My recommendation is, yeah, get all the certifications you want in the world. You can have multiple interests, absolutely. But in the business sense, make sure it all comes together. Make sure you can frame it in a way where it's relevant for your ideal client. Okay. Otherwise, you're just going to be considered or looked at like I did at this girl like a con. Okay. That's just my 2 cents. Okay. But with life experience comes different point of view. So I used to think she sounded like a con. Okay. And then as I've gotten older, I was much younger at the time. As I've gotten older, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, yeah, you can have multiple interests in life, like what I'm talking about, but you can reframe it in a way where it's still relevant to what you're currently doing. It's just a different layer. Okay. So she could have said, I am a professional nail tech that also provides window cleaning services for you, and you can have a monthly subscription to what was it, Color Street. That way you don't have to get your nails dirty or messed up when you're cleaning the windows. You see how I'm marrying it all together? So that's where I'm at in life. So I am a internationally certified life and business coach for beauty and barber pros. I am a salon owner currently. I've have several degrees, specifically in public relations and public law. And so I can help you with both as far as coaching is concerned, business coaching. But then I'm also concerned about your life and about how you're doing with all of this stuff that the beauty industry weighs on us. Okay. And now I'm offering web design because if you're a hairstylist, nail tech, masseuse, esthetician, salon, or spa, barbershop owner, you don't have time to also put in and study the analytics to everything and the SEO of how to get more clients into your chair. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can help you with that. So, when it comes to our salons, our businesses, our suites, we should probably realistically brand every 3 to 5, almost 7 years. Okay. And the number one way to do that is one, get some rest because you need all the clarity you can get. Okay. Okay. It takes a lot of personal development work, a lot of coaching, a lot of therapy sometimes, a lot of reading self help books to know who you are, what it is that you want, and why you want it. I have talked about this before on the podcast. I have not spoken about it in a video episode like today. So I just want to share that with you. Our vision, mission, and values slash core beliefs, they do change over time. We're human. We change over time. Our staff changes, our clients change, our tastes, they everything alters and goes through a cycle. And so when you update, when you rebrand, whether it's a physical space, you move locations, you update your personal views on life. I mean, have you watched the news lately? You have people that were on one side of the spectrum with and belief system of Republicans becoming Democrats, and Democrats are becoming Republicans, and some people are just forgetting both of those and they're becoming communists. Like it's a whole thing, it's a whole evolution, and you're allowed to do that in business too. So, all of this can be very overwhelming and a lot of times daunting because I have been there, I have done it multiple times. There are sometimes I feel like Madonna, right? You remember, for those who can remember, Madonna went through many different phases. For the more, for the latest folks, newbies out there, Taylor Swift, I mean, she basically coined the phrase in my whatever era. Okay. This is what we're talking about. She has rebranded herself many, many times. And so I'm going to give you some tips. I want to say they are four tips. One, two, three, four tips on how to update and revamp as far as your website is concerned. This episode, we're focusing on your website. Okay. I want you to understand that whenever you do a rebrand, whether it's for your salon or spa, it's for yourself, it's your website, it's your policies and procedures, it is your salon and spa systems. Like, whenever you update that, there's going to be changes and there's going to be new rules. There's going to be rules taken out. I want you to understand that you will lose clients, staff, and your old way of thinking, but you will also gain new ideal staff, new ideal clients, and a renewed sense of mind, peace, and patience. Okay. So, when is it a good time? Or when is it a good time? When you will know. You will know. I don't know how to explain that, but you will know, and something will be urging you to do something about it. Okay. Okay. I want you to think about your budget because your budget's going to determine a lot. If you don't have the money for a complete revamp, you can at least tweak, tweak and twerk some things here and there. Okay. So let's get to these four pointers and then we'll wrap up today's episode. But these are practical tips because we are beauty and barber professionals. We ain't got the time. We need to know what it is and how to do it ASAP. So we're focusing on websites. Okay, websites is your digital address of where your ideal clients are wanting to find you. If you do not have a website, okay, you are losing on so many ideal clients, it's not even funny. If you don't have an online booking system, you are leaving so much money on the table. It is not even funny. Okay. First and foremost, get a website. That's that's first off. Okay. I can go on a rant with that. But the first official tip is have a logo and professional photos done. There is just something about hiring another creative who only focuses on that specific skill set. So if you don't have a logo, get one done and get one that is clear and it tells people exactly who you are and what you do. Like If it is not clear, if it is one of those scripts thing, it is very hard to read. Clients these days don't want to think too hard, okay? Everybody wants it easy. And so I actually teach this in my marketing classes that I do at the various hair and skin shows because so many people get this confused. You have a face, your business needs to have a face, and the logo is the face. Getting professional photos done will highlight, let's say if you have your own product line, it'll highlight that product line that you're offering. It'll show the new service that you're offering. It'll show your team who people can, the kind of people your ideal client can expect to see in the salon, spa, or barber shop. You can get action shots and you can tell a lot by a person's body language. Like these little images, logos, professional photos, action shots, like you're giving the ideal client a snapshot into who you are and if they're going to click with you or not. Okay. Second point, be clear, concise, and accurate. And when I'm talking about this, I am talking about all of your social media, your website, who you are, what is your one word sentence? Do you say, "Hi, my name is blah 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 and I'm a hairdresser?" Or do you say, "Hey, my name is blah 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 and I help people feel beautiful from the inside out." Boom, baby. That is what I'm talking about. Make a statement with who you are. And the only way you can do that is to figure out who you are, why you're doing this, and what is your outcome. Now, I said your website is your digital address, it is your hub, it is where everything needs to be. That means it is absent of any mistakes. You have your address correctly, your telephone number, your email address, your website, your physical address. And I have seen this so many times. Stylists, barbers, estheticians, nail techs, masseuses, um, they are so overwhelmed with the big picture that they don't update the address. They don't update the phone number. They just don't update what needs to be updated. So their ideal client is going to someplace else, hoping to get them that's over here. But because the person over here didn't update their website, they just lost a client to wherever else. It's not okay. It's not okay. So we got to fix that. Be accurate. Check it, double check, triple check, and make sure it's functioning correctly. Any little thing online, especially on a website, is going to deter people faster than it attracts them. The third point, the less information you have written on a website, the better. And this is not to deceive people. It's not to lure them into the cavern. No, but it is to get them into your chair. It's called marketing psychology. If you overwhelm the people before they even meet you in person, they're not going to want to meet you in person because they're already overwhelmed. Do you see that? Do you see how that goes? Okay. Give them only what they need to know. And what do they need to know? Who are you? What do you do? How much is it? And where? I always tell again in my classes and in my one-to-one coaching programs, you have to who, what, where, when, why yourself. Okay, that's what you got to do. And the fourth point, which is kind of just a repeat of the second, is to have accurate links. You got to double, triple, quadruple check all of the links that you have on your website. Make sure they all go to where they say that they're going. But the most important link is your booking link. That should be the first link that your people see on your website. That should be like there multiple times on your website because people are scrolling. They want it easy. Okay. That's what you have to do. So if you feel that everything we talked about is just so overwhelming to you, you can't even fathom. Like this episode is probably giving you anxiety right now, which I apologize. That's not the intent. But if you do get easily overwhelmed and you just don't understand the online space, you don't really give a rip about website creation, and you would much rather pay somebody else to do it or get hit by a bus. You know what I mean? Like you just don't care about it. Hire a professional. Hire a web designer. And I focus on web designer because, at least for me as a web designer, this is what I do. They should or be willing uh, to match you to the right web host for you. Okay. Over the years, I have had Squarespace, Kajabi, Wix, Square. I have had the Google website that you get sometimes. I've had Weebly. I've had, oh my gosh, WordPress, the free and the paid version. Like I have dealt, that's about 8 different companies. I have had a website presence on one of those at some point or another. So, what I like to do for my web design clients is do a thorough consultation with you, get to know and feel for what you're looking for, and then match you with the correct company that will host your website. I don't do coding, so I'm not going to make your website from scratch. Sorry, not sorry. Um, I'm a nerd, but not a complete nerd. I love you, web developers. But in any case, so that's what you want to ask your web designers. If you resonate with me, I mean, send me a message. I will help you. I love doing websites. I think it is so therapeutic for me. Um, so that's not a problem. So if you are feeling overwhelmed, you can't be bothered, you don't even know if you have the budget for it, like, but you know that you need it, you know you need it to have it updated, reach out. All of my contact information is going to be in the show notes with the links that you can click and very easily get in touch with me. So that is today's episode. I want to make it very clear that there are solutions out there for you. You just have to be willing and open to receive those solutions because that is another key to the kingdom, okay? So I hope you enjoyed today's episode, whether you're watching on YouTube, Spotify, listening on Apple Podcasts. I have a ball making this content for you. And so please let me know what you would like to see, hear, know more, and subscribe to the channels, subscribe to the podcast, tell your friends and family, message me. I love connecting with beauty and barber pros everywhere, and have a wonderful day.